Everybody thinks this battle is about cameras, but after spending days reading comments, watching reviews, following discussions, and seeing how creators are reacting to both the DJI Pocket 4P and the Insta360 Lunar Ultra, I've become convinced that most people are arguing about the wrong thing. Everywhere you look, people are debating sensor sizes, dynamic range numbers, telephoto lenses, Leica branding, D-Log2, color science, stabilization, and tracking performance. The internet is obsessed with specifications, but when you actually read what potential buyers are saying, something very different starts to emerge. Most creators aren't making their final decision based on any of those features. They're making it based on trust. And once you realize that, the entire Pocket 4P versus Lunar Ultra conversation suddenly looks completely different. Because if specs alone decided winners, this debate would already be over. DJI has officially launched the Pocket 4P, and on paper it looks incredible. It packs a 1-inch sensor, a dedicated telephoto camera, 4K at 240 frames per second, advanced tracking, professional color profiles, huge internal storage, and enough creator-focused features to make it the most capable pocket camera DJI has ever built. Looking strictly at the specification sheet, you could easily conclude that DJI has delivered exactly what creators have been asking for. Yet, despite all of that, people are still talking about Lunar Ultra. In some communities, they're talking about it even more than the Pocket 4P. And that tells me this isn't really a battle of specifications anymore. It's a battle between two completely different visions of what a creator camera should be. The reason DJI remains such a powerful force in this category has very little to do with any single feature. DJI's greatest strength isn't the sensor, the telephoto lens, or even the image quality. It's the confidence people have in the brand. Over the years, DJI has built an ecosystem that millions of creators already trust. People own DJI drones, DJI microphones, DJI action cameras, and DJI gimbals. They know how the software works. They know the accessories will be available. They know firmware updates will continue arriving. Most importantly, they know what kind of experience they're going to get before they even open the box. When someone buys a Pocket 4P, they're not just purchasing a camera. They're purchasing predictability. They're purchasing a product that has years of development, refinement, and ecosystem support behind it. For many creators, especially professionals who depend on their equipment every single day, that level of reliability is worth far more than an extra feature or a slightly different specification. A camera can have the best specs in the world, but if creators don't trust it, those specs suddenly become much less important. That's where Insta360 enters the story, and what's fascinating is that they're playing a completely different game. If DJI is selling confidence, Insta360 is selling excitement. Think about the features that everyone keeps discussing whenever Lunar Ultra comes up. People aren't talking about it because of some massive leap in image quality. They're talking about the detachable display, the wireless monitoring capabilities, the modular design, the Leica partnership, the head tracking accessory, and all the unusual ideas that make the camera feel different. What's interesting is that most of those conversations aren't even about traditional camera specifications. They're about possibilities. They're about new ways of creating content. They're about features that make people stop scrolling and say, wait a second, that's actually a really interesting idea. And I think that's exactly why Lunar Ultra has captured so much attention. It isn't necessarily because people believe it's objectively better. It's because it feels fresh. It feels like a company looked at the pocket camera category and decided not to follow the existing rules. Whether those ideas ultimately succeed or fail is almost secondary. The fact that they're trying something different is what makes the product so interesting in the first place. The more I think about it, the more I believe buyers aren't choosing between cameras at all. They're choosing between certainty and curiosity.
The Pocket 4P represents certainty. It represents proven performance, mature software, reliable hardware, and a familiar workflow.
Lunar Ultra represents curiosity. It represents experimentation, innovation, and the possibility of discovering a better way to create content.
Neither choice is wrong. In fact, that's what makes this competition so fascinating. A professional filmmaker working with clients every week may look at the Pocket 4P and immediately know it's the safer investment. Meanwhile, a travel creator, YouTuber, or content enthusiast who loves experimenting with new workflows may find Lunar Ultra far more appealing. They're both looking at the same products, but they're evaluating them through completely different lenses, and that's why so many online arguments never go anywhere. People aren't disagreeing about cameras, they're disagreeing about priorities.